Welcome back to Digital Dynamo Lab. In our previous video, we learned about the waterfall model, a simple step-by-step development approach. Today, we are going to explore another important SDLC model, the spiral model. The spiral model is unique because it focuses on risk management and combines the features of both the waterfall model and iterative development. In this video, we will cover what the spiral model is, its phases, when to use it, advantages and disadvantages. So, let's dive into the spiral model. The spiral model is a risk-driven software development model introduced by Barry Boehm. It combines the strength of two models, the waterfall model with its systematic and structured phases, the iterative model with its repeated cycles of development. What makes the spiral model unique is its strong focuses on risk analysis. At every stage, risks are carefully identified and managed before moving forward. This makes the spiral model especially useful for large, complex or high-risk projects. Some real-world examples where the spiral model is applied include software development for big systems, gaming projects where requirements often change, retail solutions that need frequent updates, healthcare application where safety and risk management are critical. In short, the spiral model is all about building software step by step while continuously analyzing risk to avoid major failures. The spiral model is not for every project. It's best suited for situations where risk is high and flexibility is needed. It works well for medium to high risk projects where risk analysis is crucial. When project requirements are unclear or complex, the spiral model helps because it allows you to refine them at every cycle. You can make changes at any phase of development, unlike in rigid models such as waterfall. It's especially useful when prototype creation is mandatory, since prototypes are built and tested at each cycle. However, it's not feasible for very long-term project commitments because cost can rise and risk analysis takes time. The model is great when project releases are frequent and the client needs continuous updates. Finally, if risk mitigation and cost evaluation are crucial, spiral is the right choice since these are built into every phase. So, in short, the spiral model is best for complex, high-risk projects where flexibility, risk control and client feedback are essential. There are 4 phases in spiral model. The first phase is planning. Here, the team identifies the objectives, requirements and constraints for the current cycle. They also estimate cost, schedule and resources needed. Think of it like setting a roadmap for the specific round of development. Without a solid plan, the cycle may fail. The second phase is risk analysis, which makes the spiral model unique. In this step, the team identifies possible risks. These could be technical issues, financial limitations, or operational challenges. Next, they evaluate solutions to minimize or eliminate those risks. Sometimes they even build prototypes to test out ideas before moving forward. This ensures problems are caught early, saving both time and cost later. The third phase is engineering, which means development and testing. In this step, the team designs and develops the software increment planned for this spiral. Once built, it is tested and validated to make sure the components are working correctly. This ensures that every cycle produces a usable and reliable piece of the software. The fourth and final phase is evaluation. Here, the working version, whether it's a prototype or partial product, is delivered to the stakeholders. Feedback is gathered to identify improvements. Based on this, the team decides whether to continue, adjust, or stop the project. This continuous feedback makes the spiral model highly adaptable to changes. Advantages of spiral model. Changing requirements can be accommodated. The model is flexible, so if the client changes their mind, those changes can be added at any stage. Allows extensive use of prototypes. Prototypes are built in each cycle, which helps users visualize the system early. Requirements can be captured more accurately. Because of continuous feedback and reviews, the actual needs of the client are understood better. Users see the system early. Unlike the traditional models, users don't have to wait until the end. They get to see working versions in every cycle. Support better risk management. Since development is divided into smaller parts, risky elements can be handled first, reducing the chance of failure later. Disadvantages of spiral model. Management is more complex. Since the model has many cycles and phases, managing everything becomes difficult. End of the project may not be known early. Because it keeps evolving, it's hard to say exactly when the project will be finished. Not suitable for small or low risk projects. For smaller projects, this model can be too expensive and complicated compared to simpler models like waterfall. Process is complex. With risk analysis, prototypes and multiple iterations, the process is not easy to handle without expertise. Requires excessive documentation. Each phase needs detailed documents which can increase workload and time. Without clear control, the project might keep looping through spirals and never actually finish. Thank you for watching this video on the spiral model. If you found it useful, please like, comment, share and subscribe for more videos on software engineering models. See you in the next one.